No, yeah. I was definitely pumped. I was sitting waiting for a phone call in the off season. Getting some texts back and forth from my agent, and once the contract was finalized, I was able to call my family and celebrate with my wife. So I'm definitely excited for this next chapter here in Cleveland.
And your wife's from Ohio, so how convenient is that? How excited is she?
We're definitely pumped. We have another little one coming in June, so we're gonna have free babysitting and all that coming this year, much needed. I'll be able to focus on baseball, get a little help around the house, and then hopefully get off to a really good start this year.
What was it about this Cleveland team that attracted you to want to sign here?
Yeah, I said this before. I think when you look at the lineup, when you got 3 or 4 guys around 20 stolen bases, it's especially at the top of the lineup there. It's a huge opportunity for me to continue to play the game that I like to play, put the ball in play a lot. I think this year, especially without the shift, I'll be rewarded for it a lot more. So gonna have countless opportunities for me to drive runs in, whether they're from first or from third. So for me, I can just focus on playing my game and hopefully just be another compliment to this great team.
What do you know, or what have you learned about Terry Francona?
I've heard a ton from afar. I can't believe I just shook his hand for the first time yesterday. It seems like we just miss each other. But I'm pumped. I know he's a player first manager. I haven't heard one negative thing about the man. And obviously, as manager of the year, the league thinks the same thing. So don't have to be biased. Everyone says the same thing about him. So pumped to play for him.
Josh, you're not an old guy yourself, but you're joining a team that is very young. What's the feeling like when you join an organization that has as many younger players? Do you think it could be an energizing thing, or do you look at yourself needing to provide more of a leadership role? How do you view that?
No, yeah, I think I'll just fit in pretty well. I played on a younger Pirates team. I think the Nationals last year had some younger cats coming up too, but it seems like the younger players on this team are already really established. Got a couple Gold Gloves, a couple Silver Sluggers, or at least finalists for that. So they know what they're doing. I don't think they need guidance in any way, shape, or form. I just think that we'll find our niche, and we'll be able to power through together.
You said power. That's maybe the one thing that stood out that this team was really lacking last year was consistent power in the middle of the lineup and somebody to drive in runs, hit 30, drive in 100, something like that. How much pressure is there, or is that in the back of your mind, wherever they put you in the lineup to sort of produce those kind of numbers to see how much further you can take this team?
No, yeah. I think it's an awesome opportunity. Obviously with pressure, there has to be something that's worthwhile at the end of the tunnel. So I know what power back can bring to this team. I know what it would mean for Jose to have a guy who's locked in behind him. So that's what I've been working for this offseason. But having said that, it seems like this team is already slated to score a ton of runs with their style of baseball. So hopefully, if I'm there locked in power-wise, the team's going to be in a great place. But I think by the half, if I'm in 330, everyone's going to be happy too. It's pick your poison with this squad. We can beat you in different ways.
Do you have any view on the difference between acting as a DH compared to playing the field, just in terms of the difference that may have on the in-game experience for you?
No, yeah. I haven't played a whole lot of games at DH. I think that when I'm locked in offensively, it doesn't matter if I'm in the field or not. It kind of comes and goes, but I think that, if you find the right routine, whether you're in the field or just, hitting in the cages in between innings, it's easy to keep it. So, regardless of where Terry, slates me, I think I'll be ready for this year.
Josh, with the shift going away, as you mentioned, how much of a hitter is just the mentality of knowing that if you hit the ball, you're going to be rewarded for it, as opposed to not even that you're trying to place the ball anywhere, but just you can go up there and just execute the way you want, and you feel that it's going to result in a base hit for you or something.
No, yeah, it's definitely exciting, especially for me, being a guy, got called up from the minor leagues, because I could, hit balls through the middle, get a guy at first base and wrap it around that first baseman. I think it opens up a big chunk of the strike zone and the hitting area. Guys that, might normally shut down on certain pitches in certain zones because they don't want to, roll it into the shift. You said it. I think it, allows for a freedom. So I'm pumped to, fully play like I was playing in the minor leagues.
You talked about power, and I know Jose Ramirez has been here and has been a big piece of that. How do you envision yourself being a teammate of his? Have you gotten a chance to know him? How do you envision you guys working together for this season? No,
yeah, I'm pumped for that. That was another big reason why I wanted to come here. Obviously, I play with greats, but the closest thing to him as a switch hitter would be Brian Reynolds. But he's never really been there on the power side. So I'm pumped to watch his work day and to pick his brain for different starters, different relievers. And we'll see what we can do together. Hopefully we're an awesome 1-2 punch.